What's going on, family? This is Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. I want to take a look at a lightweight fighter by the name of Charlie White. Charlie White has an extreme resume, as you're going to see. Fought Benny Leonard, Johnny Dundee, just to name a few. Let's take a look at his career. Now, Charlie White was born in Liverpool, England on March 25th, 1891. He stood 5 foot 6 inches and weighed 133 pounds. He began his professional career in 1906, winning over Marty Kane in 6 rounds and Kid Cuso in 6 rounds. He defeated Kid Ryan in 6 rounds and drew with Kid Troubles in 6 rounds. In 1907, he has knockouts as follows: Johnny Graham in 3 rounds and Kid Stinger in 1 round. He also KO'd Jefferson Kid in 2 rounds, and he defeated Kid Troubles in 6 rounds. In 1908, on January 3rd, he fought Frank Decker in Chicago, knocking him out in 2 rounds. January 10th, Billy Smith, Chicago, Illinois, knocked him out in 5 rounds. February 5th, Young Sherlock was not a bad fighter in Chicago, Illinois, defeated him in 6 rounds. March 7th, Billy O'Keefe, Chicago, Illinois, knocked him out in 2 rounds. March 25th, Kid Duffy in Chicago, knocked him out in 6 rounds. March 28th, Jack Lester, Chicago, Illinois, knocked him out in 4 rounds. August 15th, John Graham, Chicago, Illinois, knocking him out in 3 rounds. September 23rd, Lou Borman, he defeated him and knocked him out in 8 rounds. Jimmy Blackburn, Chicago, Illinois, defeated him in 10 rounds. November 29th, Barney Troubles, defeated him in 6 rounds. December 5th, Danny Goodman, Chicago, Illinois, no decision in 3 rounds. Now in 1909, look at the record. He has 1 loss. December 6th, Abe Attell, Memphis, Tennessee. He lost in 8 rounds. Now we already went over Abe Attell's record. Abe Attell was a fascinating featherweight. He wound up becoming a champion. And Charlie White has Abe Attell on his resume. He has Morris Bloom, St. Joseph, 10-round draw. That was the same year, 1909, but that was back in January 19th. I'm just moving along here. 1910, February 28th, Tommy Dixon, Memphis, defeats him in 8 rounds. March 21st, Tommy Dixon, Memphis, Tennessee, defeated him in 8 rounds. In fact, let me take a look. Let me see if I can find Tommy Dixon. Now, for some reason, I can't locate Tommy Dixon. I apologize. And I'm sure when I'm done with this video, he'll pop up. But Tommy Dixon, he fought February 28th and March 21st, both in Memphis, Tennessee, and he defeated them both times in 8 rounds. On March 28th, he fought Willie Gibbs in Memphis, Tennessee, lost him in 8 rounds. May 16th, Joe Madat, Memphis, Tennessee, 8-round draw. Eddie Greenwood, Milwaukee, no decision in 10 rounds, May 20th. On May 30th, Ad Wargas in Cadillac, 6-round exhibition. And that's the Ad Wargas who was champion. He would face September 16th, Abe Attell, Milwaukee, no decision in 10 rounds. November 26th, Danny Webster and Vernon, lost him in 20 rounds. 1911, February 26th, Benny Kaufman, Columbus, Ohio, 12-round draw. And he would continue with this winning streak. He would lose on April 17th, 1911 to Joe Madat in Memphis. He would lose in 8 rounds. And then he would continue in 1912. 1912, January 18th, battling Schultz in Windsor, no decision in 8 rounds. When you go back to 1911, December 28th, he fought battling Schultz in Cleveland, Ohio, and he defeated him in 10 rounds. So in 1912, it was a no decision in 8 rounds, facing battling Schultz, January 18th. February 28th, Tommy Dixon, Windsor, no decision in 8 rounds. April 1st, Steve Ketchel, East Chicago, no decision in 10 rounds. April 8th, Kid Julian, Cleveland, Ohio, defeats him in 12 rounds. April 30th, Johnny Scotchwop Dundee, Syracuse, New York, no decision in 10 rounds. May 20th, Owen Moran, Syracuse, New York, he won on a foul in 9 rounds. June 4th, Joe Sugar, New York, no decision in 10. He fights him again, June 18th, just a few days later in New York, no decision in 10. October 1st, Harry Tracy, Syracuse, New York, no decision in 10. October 28th, Oscar Williams, Cleveland, Ohio, knocks him out in 5 rounds. 1913, January 10th, Tommy Bridgerhen, Oklahoma, no decision in 10. March 10th, Phil Palmore, no decision in 10. April 21st, Joe Thomas, New Orleans, killed him in 8 rounds. He faced Joe Thomas again, May 19th. New Orleans knocks him out in 2 rounds. And Joe Thomas would face Stanley Ketchel, middleweight championship. May 28th, George Myers knocks him out in 2 rounds. July 4th, Jack Britton, New Orleans, lost in 18 rounds. July 18th, Jack Abel, Atlanta, knocks him out in 2 rounds. Johnny Griffiths, these are all fascinating fighters. Kid Kansas, Johnny Dundee, New Orleans, no decision in 10. At Wargas, Milwaukee, no decision in 10. Let's take a look real quick. 1912. Owen Moran was a champion. Johnny Dundee, champion. Not at the time, but they were champions. There was a caliber of a fighter. Joe Thomas, champion. Jack Britton, champion. Johnny Dundee, champion. Ad Wargas, champion. Fascinating. 1914, January 5th, Harry Donahue. He would knock him out in 2 rounds. January 25th, Jimmy Duffy, Buffalo, New York. No decision in 10 rounds. I have every last one of these fighters' profiles. Every last one. And I'll tell you, their records are unbelievable. I can't show you every record because I don't know if I'm going to lose interest of some of the subscribers. I'm just trying to show you, some main, like, champions and top contenders. But I got thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of these profiles. The same way you see them all. February 17th, Kid Kansas, Buffalo, knocked him out in 3 rounds. March 23rd, Joe Azevedo. Wait, let me get this right, because I can't pronounce half of these names I'll be reading to y'all. Joe Azevedo. I don't know, man. I can't pronounce. Y'all can call me illiterate if y'all want. I can't. No decision in 10 rounds. May 14th, Stanley Yonker. Now, he was a good fighter in Denver, Colorado. Knocked him out in 19th round. May 26th, Willie Ritchie, Milwaukee. No decision in 10 rounds. I'm skipping over him. September 7th, Danny O'Brien in Denver, Colorado. He knocked him out in 1 round. Oh, man, these are some good fighters here. Freddie Walsh, another champion, Milwaukee. No decision in 10 rounds. Jimmy Murphy knocked him out in 2 rounds. That was December 14th. And December 4th, he scored no decision in 8 rounds. Fascinating. 1915, February 25th, Freddie Welch, Milwaukee. No decision in 10 rounds. March 23rd, Leech Cross. He was the fighting dentist. He was an actual dentist. New York. No decision in 10 rounds. March 29th, Charlie Thomas, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. No decision in 6 rounds. April 8th, Jimmy Duffy, Buffalo, New York. No decision in 10 rounds. May 4th, Eddie Murphy, Boston. Knocks him out in 7 rounds. May 12th, Al Stewart, Hale Stewart in Fort Wayne. Knocks him out in 6 rounds. And as I just scroll down, look at this. Freddie Welch again, July 3rd, New York, no decision in 10 rounds. July 21st, Ted Kid Lewis, New York, no decision in 10 rounds. September 21st, Gilbert Gallant, Boston, knocks him out in 5 rounds. Matty Baldwin, fantastic fighter, October 5th, in Boston, knocks him out in 1 round. Johnny Harvey, in Boston, 12-round victory. That was October 19th. October 29th, Matt Wells, Milwaukee, no decision in 10 rounds. November 16th, Milburn Saylor, Boston, knocks him out in 1 round. It's amazing. Matt Wells, he's in the same book as Tommy Dixon. I can't find that. It's there, but I have too many books. I got to figure out another way. Because every time I take books out to show you a specific fighter, I don't put it right back the same way I found it. And everything gets mixed up. So I got to go through it probably this weekend. Reorganize the books again. Because they're all over the place. 1916, Matt Wells. And as you can see here, look at this. Look at this 1916. And remember, we didn't start in 1916. We didn't start in 1916. We started in like 1908. And it's been like this every year. Matt Wells several times. Richie Mitchell, fascinating. No decision, 10 rounds. Johnny Griffiths, these are all good fighters. Freddie Welch. Now, September 4th, Freddie Welch, Colorado Springs. He lost in 20 rounds. The world lightweight title. Billy Roche was the referee. He was trying to gain the championship at that time. I know he fought once again. He fought Benny Leonard. Tried to get that lightweight crack. Jack Britton lost in 12 rounds. Let's see here. Matt Wells, October 5th, Syracuse, New York. No contest in 9 rounds. That's 1917. 1918, he has 2 exhibitions and 1 12-round no decision. 1919, 1 loss. Eddie Fitzsimmons, April 22nd in Boston, he lost in 12 rounds. Johnny Dundee, November 26th, Milwaukee, no decision in 10 rounds in 1919. Okay, let's see, 1920, excuse the blurry. He would face, July 5th, Benny Leonard in Benton Harbor, and he would be knocked out in the 9th round against Benny Leonard. That's for the world lightweight title. So, fascinating career. I mean, this is amazing. Ever Hammer, very good fighter. Sid Marks, Richie Mitchell, 1923, Rocky, Kansas. Jack Zivick, this is crazy. Pal Moore. This is phenomenal. So this is Charlie White. Fascinating fighter in Charlie White. Let's take a look at something for a second. I just skipped his bio, but I just want to see something here. Look at some of these opponents he fought. We already went through them. All right, Abe Attell, Danny Webster, Matt Wells, Freddie Welch, Powell Moran, Joe Welling, Ted Kid Lewis. I'm looking at Hall of Famers and champions here. Benny Leonard, Matty Baldwin, Ad Wargas, and Jack Britton. Fascinating. Let's look at the Police Gazette and see what we can find on Charlie White. The Dundee even score with Charlie White. Scotchwalk takes 15-round decision from hard-hitting Chicago lightweight boxer in lively New York bout. When Johnny Dundee and the Scotchwalk, you have to excuse me, my battery was dying out, and I was trying to catch it, plug it in before it died out. So excuse the shaky camera. The night of March 17th, Madison Square Garden in New York. Charlie White met Johnny Dundee. And this time, because he had defeated Johnny Dundee, and this time Johnny Dundee defeated Charlie White. Now what's interesting, they're saying that Charlie White clearly won a decision, but it was given to Johnny Dundee. A couple of months ago, they hooked up again in Boston, and another weird decision was rendered, with White being the beneficiary. Hence, in 3 starts, the score between them is 1 draw, 1 for White and 1 for Dundee. However, those who go to the scrap, in which Johnny Dundee is one of the principals, Dundee is faster thinker. I gotta excuse the screen. I gotta get a new camera because it keeps blurring out. You don't see the blurriness, I do, and then when I don't see the blurriness, you do, because it's focusing off of my inability to see through with these glasses that I have on. Like I told you several times, I'm sacrificing my ability to think properly and see properly so I can try and show you as much as I possibly can. And it causes a lot of problems doing this, so I'm gonna cut this short, and I probably won't do this again until I get this fixed. Hopefully it won't be for several weeks, but I gotta get this done. I can't continue doing videos like that. Right now my camera just died, so I'm just gonna end this video. This is Scrapbook Boxing. Salute to my subscribers. Salute to Charlie White. He's been in my Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. One love. Peace.